Hi friends, welcome back to Laravel tutorial. In this video, I will going to show you how to authenticate your user by custom authentication process. So we will create a login form and we will create a registration form and we will use the encryption password and insert this record by registration from this form. Okay, and we can log in from here and can see the user details and have a logout option. So this is my email id and just use this, and I already know my password. And after login we can see my dashboard and we have an option to log out. Okay, so let's see how we can develop custom authentication from the scratch. Okay, so first we'll start from Laravel installation. So this is the Laravel website and we have a documentation for installation. So you can see this installation process, and I will install via the composer. So just go to here. So this is the Laravel project creation code. So this is the composer create project Laravel/Laravel, and after that the project name. Okay, so this is my terminal, and here I will install the Laravel project inside the var www.html. So just paste this here and provide the project name. So here my project name is custom login system. Okay, so write is in this way, custom login system. Okay, so it will take some time to install. Okay, so in the meantime I will create my database. So go to the localhost phpMyAdmin, and here this is my database. So here I will create a database. Suppose my database name is Laravel Custom Authentication. Okay, so just create it. Okay, so this is my database, and if you check, the poet is already installed. So just go to the inside the project. So cd custom login system. Okay, so open the Visual Studio Code editor. So I will use the Visual Studio Code for development of this project, and the studio is opened. Okay, and let's run this project first. So right here php artisan serve. Okay, so now this is the URL to get the project. So write 127. So this is the project URL. So we can see the Laravel project installed in our application, that is the 8.48.1. okay, so this is the latest version we have installed. So now the thing is, if we just go to the app, inside the model we'll get the user model by default. Okay, but in this case we will not use the default authentication section. Okay, so I will just delete these things and will create with the general model. Okay, so I am just deleting these things and we'll delete the related migration also. So just go to the database migration, and here is my migration for user table creation. So I am just removing this so that we can start from the scratch and totally will do our own way, means customly we will create the full authentication system with a proper login and registrations. Okay, so first we will create a controller for this. So I will first create a login URL. So currently it is showing 404 not found. Now I will create a controller and we will register this link inside the routes. So just go to the terminal, and I want to create a new tab so that we can do this here and the project is running here. So just little zoom so that it will be more visible to you. So first I will create the controller. So the create php artisan make controller. Okay, and my controller name is custom authentication controller. So every case we are writing this type of naming so that by the name we can understand what we are going to do. Okay, so custom authentication controller. Okay, the custom auth controller. Okay, so the controller is created. Now if you just go to the directory inside the app http controllers, we are getting the custom authentication controller. Okay, now we will just create two functions, one for login and another for registration. So just quick create two things. So public function, one is login and another is public function registration. Okay, so just return some things. So write return, suppose login, and same way just return the registration. Okay, and now call these functions from the web.php. This is our routes file, so just go to the routes web.php. okay, first we need to register these things, so just use the namespace path and here write use app http controllers and name of the controller, that is the custom auth controller. And now we'll create two links, route get, and inside the get one link is login. And how we can call this, so this is my controller name class, and the method name is login, and another link that is route get, this is for registration, and custom auth controller, that is the name of the controller, and provide the class, and after that the function name. Okay, so this is the function name. Now if we just go to the browser, we can refresh, so that this is coming from login, and just go to the registration, so we are getting this output, that means this function is calling. Okay, now we will create a login page and registration page. Okay, and I will use the bootstrap also. So first of all we will create a page, that is login page. So first call this return view login, and I want to add a specific folder, and inside the folder I want to write these things. So write auth login, and in the same way here write auth registration. So I will create these two functions and these two files. So now inside the resource we'll get the views folder, and inside the views folder we'll create a folder, the name is auth. Okay, sorry, the spelling mistake, auth, right? And inside the auth folder we'll create registration.blade.php, and the another one is login.blade.php. okay, so first quick design this. So in this case we will use the bootstrap. Okay, so now quick change the title, so here write custom authentication. Okay, and now here use bootstrap. So how we can use this, so just go to the get bootstrap.com. so this is the getbootstrap.com, and get started, and here we can get the link for css. So css will paste on the head section, and there is also a js, so just copy this and write it after the body section. Okay, so now the bootstrap is included. Now we can use the bootstrap class here. So inside the body we can write the bootstrap class. So write container, and inside the container we will write the row class, that is the bootstrap class, and inside this so write column hyphen md and 4, and another class I will want to include, that is the offset. So column md offset, also this is the 4. Okay, perfect. And now here I want to add the from. Okay, so right here from, and inside the from we'll create some element. So first we'll write a page title, that is the h4. I can write here h4, and here just write registration. Okay, so now let's see what's coming in the browser. So go to the registration, so we can see the registrations appear. So I want to set some styling, so here write style, and write here margin top, suppose 20px. Okay, and I want to set a hr before the from, so it will look more better. So this is the section, and inside the from we will create the from elements. So just write the div from group, and here write that is the label, and for first we will create name and write here full name and label close, and then we'll create a input type field, and from control is the class name, and here we'll create a placeholder that is enter full name, and write the input type field name, so write name, and you can say the value. By default it's showing blank, and just copy these things for email, so here write email, and this will also be email, and here write email and enter email. Okay, and other things, that is the password, so just copy another times, so I am writing another times also. So here we'll create the submit button, and here write password. Okay, so now I am just creating form. Okay, so this is nothing more here, so I am just writing here the name and enter password. Okay, and here we'll create a button, that is the button, and button dot block. So I am using basically the bootstrap class button hyphen primary. Okay, so button is ready, and the type will be the submit, and just here write register. Now just go to the browser and let's see what's happened. Okay, so nice, this is coming the three fields, full name, email and password. So now copy the same things into the login page, and inside the login page we don't need the full name section, so remove this, and we need the password and email. So just go to here login, this is the login, email and password. Sorry, the type will be the password, so here write password, and same will be for registration page also. Okay, so two pages are created, and now I want to create a link. From the link we will go to the login from registration page, and inside the registration page we will have a link to go to the login page. So here just create a link, so inside the just write beer and create an anchor tag, that is href equal to, this is the login page, so I want to go to the registration page. So what is the registration page link? Registration, so write it here, and just anchor tag close, and here write new user register here. Okay, now close the anchor tag actually. So in the same way just write on the registration page, so write here beer and paste this, so it will go to the login page. So already registered, so just log in here. Okay, now go to the browser and check what's happened. So it's cool, all your registers log in here, and if you not registered then new user, then register here. Okay, so we have created the registration form and the login form. So we need to change this heading, so just go to here inside the login, and here write login here, and so no need here login, just it's good, and here the button name is also login. So we have created the login form and registration form, and also we have created a database, that is the Laravel Custom Authentication. So let's connect the database with our application. So just go to the env. So this is the env, and here we'll set the database name. So my database name is Laravel Custom Auth. So here provide the database name and username root and my password root. So database connected. Now we need to first register, and after that we can log in from here. So first we need to enter some data into this database. So now we'll create a model. So let's create a model, that is PHP artisan make model, and suppose I want to create a model, my model name is user. Okay, and I want to create a migration along with this, so I am just using -m. So after clicking on this, we are getting the two files, that is model and the migration. So now just go to the Visual Studio Code, that is my editor, and if we just go to the database section, inside the database we are getting a migration file, and we are getting a model, that is the user model. Okay, now I need to modify these things. So I want to add the name, email and password, that is as for registrations. Okay, so we need a full name, email and password. So just add these things. So right here table and string, and the column name is name. So in this way just copy these things 3 times, and here write, that is email, and I want email should be unique. So we can write here unique, unique, unique. This is the function, so we need to write this, and we will write the password. Okay, so my migration is ready. Now to migrate this file, we need to use the command php artisan migrate. Okay, so now just check the database. So here we can see there are some extra tables because we have a migration already in our Laravel application, but the new table is created, that is the user. So name, email and password, and created, updated, and id is coming through this. So this is the responsible for created at and updated column, and this is the table id. Okay, so migration section is done. So let's close this environment and done. So let's close this. Now the thing is we need to register. Okay, so first write here action, and what will be the action? So we need to create a link. So write it here. So create route, and we will use the post type. So write here post, and the link is register user. So we can write any links. So I am writing here register user. Okay, and the controller name is same, that is the custom auth controller, and use the colon class and the name of the function. So I want to create a function, that is the name register user. Okay, and I want to give the name also. So in this way we can provide the name of any route links. So here write register user. Okay, so this is the name actually, and this is the function. So we need to create a function inside the controller. So write public function, and the function name is register user. Okay, and we'll get some data through the post. So use the request here, request $request. Okay, now just echo something, that is I am writing echo value posted. Okay, so let's see how it's working. So the route name is register user. So add in the blade. So here write route and register user, and we will pass with the post method. So write here method name, that is post. okay. And for Laravel we need to use the CSRF token, okay. So this is for security purpose, so write here CSRF. Right now just go to the browser and replace once. Suppose I'm writing the name, that is John Doe, okay, and email john@gmail.com and password 123456, okay. So now click on the register, so we can see the value posted. That means we are getting output from here, so our function is triggered, okay. So here the field are coming, that is with the name and the email and password. So first we need to validate those registration data. So now how to validate? So we'll use the validator here. So write here request and we'll call the validate method. So write validate. Okay, so basically this is the array type, and inside the array we can validate multiple things. So we are getting name and we are providing the validation as this would be required, and in the same way we are providing the email, and we'll also write here email also required, and here also write password, and also the password is required, okay. And we need to show the validation message into the blade file. So just go to the blade and here write span text danger. So this is the bootstrap class, and for name so write error name, and and so the error message. So in this way, so write message and we'll close the error, so write end error, okay. So in this way we will copy and paste for email and for password also. So for password we need to write here the password, and for email we need to write the email, okay. So let's check how it's working. So now just go to back into the registration section and refresh these things, and if you click on the register, so we can get the validation message, that is the name field is required, the email field is required, and password field is required. So just enter the name, that is John Doe, so that we can see, and the name field registration is disappear, but the value also disappear. So how to hold the old value? So inside the here we have a function that is old, okay. So write here old name, so we can hold the email also. So write here the email, okay. So now just go to here and just register. So all our validation showing, and write John Doe and click on the registration. So the validation message gone, but the value is still left. Now add the email, so ABCD, and click on submit, but we can see the validation gone, but the email is not proper. So I want to validate the proper email, so we can modify here. So just add some extra things, that is this should be proper email, and we can check the unique also. So write here unique, and here the table name. So I am to provide the table name, so my table name is users. So basically that will be unique for users, means we cannot accept same email ID repeatedly, okay. And we can also modify the max. So here we can write maximum password length maybe 12, and write minimum, so minimum can have a 5. So we have written some extra validation. So let's see how it's working. So write here John Doe and email, suppose provide random. So here it's showing the email must be a valid email address. So write john@gmail.com and password 123456, whatever, okay. So now we need to save this data into the users table. So how to save this? So we'll use the model. So my model name is, that is user model. So app model. This is the namespace path. So here write use app models, and name of the models, that is user. So we will use user model to insert the data. Now write $user equal to new user, okay, and $user arrow name equal to the request name. So what I'm getting from the HTML page, means from registration page. So in this way write these things, so name and email, and here also write email, and also write here password, and the same, that is the password. And finally let's save. So I will store the save value into the result. So write here user arrow save. So with this command we can save the data into the database, and after saving I want to see the success message. So whatever the value is added or not. So if $raise, that is the result is true, that means it is added into database, otherwise it is not added. Okay, so just write here return back with, so I will add some message here. So here write success, and here write the success message. So you have registered successfully, okay. And if not registers, then something wrong. So write here return back also. I will provide some message, so we'll write with and fail, and here write something wrong, okay. And we need to display this message inside here. So just here, just after the forms, we will just display these things. So write if session has the value, that is the success, then write end if, and inside the end if we'll create a div and alert success. So this is the bootstrap class. Here we'll print the session value, that is session get, sorry spelling mistake, get success, okay. And if this is fail, that time we will fail message, we will show the fail message. So write here fail, okay, and here also write fail, and for fail we will write here danger, okay. Now just to go to the browser and let's check what happened. So write here John Joy, and email is john@gmail.com, and password 123456, and click on register. Okay, so that's nice, you have registered successfully. So now if we just go to the browser and refresh this, we can see the one value is inserted. But here one things, we don't have the secure password. We need to secure our password. So how we can secure our password? So we have the hashing option. So we'll use the hash, and using the hash we will secure our password, okay. So right here use hash, okay. So we will use this hash inside the password. So right here hash colon make the password is hashing, okay. So now I just deleting these things and registering again. So refresh this, suppose the name is David, okay, David Greek, and email is David at the rate, sorry spelling mistake, David at the rate gmail.com, and password 123456, okay. So again it's registered, and if we just refresh this, we are getting the secure password. So our registration process is done. Okay, now one validation checking. Suppose I am using the same email ID while registration. So suppose write abcd and david@gmail.com and any password and click on register. We can see here the email has already been taken. That's mean this validation is also working. So all the validation we can understand and the registration process is done. Next we need to do the login process. So our registration process is done. So if you go to the database, we can see the record is inserted into our database. Now the thing is we need to log in with these data. So this is our registration page and I already registered, so just log in here. So we can log in from here. So how we can log in this? So just go to the Visual Studio Code. Here we have login.blade.php. If you now click on this login, it will not work. Basically we have not provided any action for this. So first we will add the action. So here write the action equal to suppose anything. So first we need to create the action from. So here write route get, sorry, it will be post. Okay, and here the link will be the login user. Okay, and the next the controller name. So here the controller name and colon class, and I will create a function to login. So right here login user. Okay, simple. And I want to set the name of this route. So here just write login hyphen user. Okay, so basically this is the routes we need to use inside the blade. Okay, so just go to here and write here, sorry, route, and here just paste this login user, and the method will be the post. Okay, and the thing is for Laravel we need to use the CSRF token. So basically secure your application. Okay, this is the CSRF token. So now just go to the browser and just click on the login. So it will just go to the login user. The second bracket is coming why. Okay, so this is the coming. Okay, so back and click on this. So it is showing the login user. The login user does not exist because in the routes we have created this link with this login user. So we need to create a function for this. So just go to here, that is public function, and my function name is login user. So we will get some request from the from, so use request here. So right here request. Okay, request $request. So now just refresh this, we are getting the blank page. So why it's blank page? Because we have not provided any data and there is no validation. So now we need to add the validation inside the controller. So I have already created the validation for registration. So here I will just use these things also. So we don't need name here, and the same validation for email and password, and we need to display the error message inside the login. So just copy this from the registration page we have already done in the login page. So write here email, so paste it here, and also for password just paste it after the password. Okay, so now just go to this here and click on login. So the email field is required and password field is required. So I am providing some random email and it's showing the email must be a valid email address, but our provided email is vanished. So I need to get the old record. So for this we have a function that is write old. So there is Laravel function that is old, and here they provide the name that is for here email. Okay, so now refresh this and click on here. So it's showing email field is required. So suppose write here test@test.com and click on login. So the validation is gone and the email is also present, it's not vanishing. Okay, so all are ready. Now log in this. So this is the login function. So here we will write the login logic. So first we will get the request inside the email and password, and here we will use $user equal to, first I will check whether the email ID is present inside this database or not. So right here user is the model name, and we'll check using this where, that is the allocant query, and let's check the column name, the email equal to the requested email. So right here request email, and we'll get the single record. So I want to get this first. Okay, so if the user is present, so write if user is true, then it will show some message, that is a success message, else it will show the failure message. Okay, so first write the failure message here. So just copy from registration page. So there is the session we already done in the registration page. So just copy and paste this. So if success, then it will print the success message, or if fail, then it will print the fail message. So before that we need to set this success and failure. So if the user is not found, that means it will display the failure message. So return back, and we'll write with the message fail, and for fail we will say the message this email is not registered. Okay, so now just go and check. So just refresh this, unexpected, so in a 48 number line, so right here semicolon, and just refresh this. So I am testing with the random email, and I am using some password. So it's showing the email ID is not registered. Okay, so we need to provide a valid email address, and if we provide valid address, we need to check the password. So we'll check the password if the thing is here my password in the database is hash encrypted. So we need to check the input password with this. Okay, so first we'll convert the input password with hash and we'll compare. Okay, so write if the hash colon check. So what will be the check? So the $request password, okay, with the user password. Okay, the user password is getting from here, and we'll check with this. Okay, so just use this. So if this will find, that means it can be login, otherwise the password is not matching. So write the failure message, so fail, and here write password not matches. Okay, and we'll write the login condition here. So if we log in, so write here request arrow session. So we'll write the session function here, and for this we need to use the session on the top of the controller. So write here session, and here just use session, and we'll create a session variable, that is we will use put, and we will store the login ID here. So I am putting the name, that is the login ID, and inside the login ID we are saving user.id. That means we will saving the ID of the logged in user, and after that we will just want to redirect into the dashboard. Okay, so first we will redirect into the dashboard, but we have not any dashboard link, so we need to create this link. First we will create inside the routes. So just go to here and create a link. So here write route get dashboard. Okay, and if this dashboard link is calling, so it will call a function from the custom auth controller, and this is the class, and we'll call a method. The method name is also dashboard. Okay, so I am providing the same name. Okay, so inside the custom auth controller we need to use this. So create another function, public function dashboard. Okay, so here I am writing simple text, that is written welcome to your dashboard. So I'm writing simple text. Further we'll create a blade, and inside the blade we can decorate our page in our own way. Okay, so first we will try to log in. So just use the email ID, that is david@gmail.com. so refresh this and paste it here, and I will provide some different password which are not here. So write in random password and click login. So it is writing the email ID has already taken. So these are coming for this validation. Actually we are wrongly writing these things, so we don't need this unique check when we log in. So this is the reason for this error. So write david@gmail.com and 123456. This is the original password, and I am adding some random text. So it should not log in, it will say the password not matches or something. So here password not matches. Now I am trying to get the proper user ID and password and then login. So it is showing welcome to dashboard. So our login process is done and we can access the dashboard. Now the thing is, our login is done, our registration section is done. So what is the left things? So we need to log out from the account. So how to log out? So for this we will create another file, that is we'll write return view, and here just create another file, that is dashboard. Okay, so just create dashboard here. So inside the views we'll create dashboard.blade.php. okay, so simply we'll use the bootstrap also here, and we don't need this from, so I am removing this from section, and here we'll write welcome to dashboard. Right, so now just go to here and refresh this. We can see welcome to dashboard. Here I want to see the users data and the logout. Okay, so basically when you create a proper application, there have a design, that is the proper way, there will be the logout and the proper designing. But here I am creating a simple table, and inside the table I am trying to create a logout from, and in the table I want to see the users details also. Okay, so go to the dashboard.blade.php. so here just write table, and this is the table, and inside the table I want to add the tier, and inside the tier I will create, first t head. Okay, and right here t head, and here we'll create t body. So all are coming from bootstrap, actually t body. Okay, so there is spelling mistake, t body, and inside the t body we will print some data, and inside the th we will write the heading. So first heading is name, and email, and the action. Inside the action we will add the logout. Okay, and here write email. So just do this inside this td here. So write td, so before that tier slash tier, and write td, just copy 3 times, and here we'll create the logout from. So here href logout. Okay, and right here logout and close the anchor tag. Okay, now just go to here, we can see the table is created and only logout is there, but we have not any link for logout, so that it's showing the 404 not found, and we need the details of the user inside here, so name and email. So here how we can do this, so we are inside the dashboard function, and here we can get access of user with this session which we have created while we logged in. Okay, so now just create a array $data equal to array, and if the session has, what will be the login ID? Okay, so if the session has the login ID, that means it's logged in, otherwise it's not logged in, then it will get the data from user table. So we can write the same query here, so we just copying this from previous and pasting it here, and we are passing the data into the dashboard. Okay, so write compact, and using compact we can pass any data, so we are passing the data into the blade. Okay, so just go to here and write $data name, and in the same way $data email. Okay, so write email. Okay, now just go to here and we can see undefined variable request. Okay, so what is the error? So actually we are using this, we don't need, actually we need id equal to session id. Okay, so write it here, session get id. Right, now we can get the David Greek, and email is david@gmail.com, which are logged in. Okay, so all things are ready. Now we need to use the logout. Okay, so when you click on this logout link, it will log out. So first we need to create a routes for this. So here write route get logout. Okay, so write logout, and we'll create a function inside this custom authentication controller. So call the custom authentication controller class, and the function name is logout. Right, so we'll create a logout method inside here. So write public function logout. Okay, so what we need to do for logout, we need to do simple forward the login ID, means we have setting the login ID when we logged in, and we will removing this login ID from the session when we logged out. Okay, so write if $session has login ID, so just copy these things from here. Okay, and then session pull, so pull is the function to forward full login ID. Okay, so first we are checking the login ID is exist in session or not, and if exist then we will pull, and finally we will redirect to the login page. Okay, redirect to the login page. So right here login, right, and we need to use the return here simply. So now if we just go to here and refresh this, this is the logout. Okay, so login, logout and registration process is done, but this authentication section is not completely done, because the problem is we have already logout, but if we just going to access the dashboard, then it are accessing, means this page should not come. So as it is not logged in, we are not getting any name, any email, that's the reason it's getting error. But the main thing is after logout we should not access this link. So when we will log in, then if we just logged in with our proper access, then we can access dashboard, otherwise we cannot access. And after login, suppose I am logging in with a proper access and click on login, and if we still go to here login, we can getting access. This should not be done. So we have already said we need to use the middleware to do this. So first we'll create a middleware. Okay, so to create a middleware we need to write php artisan make comment and to write here middleware. Suppose my middleware name is auth check. Okay, so we will check here the authorization. Okay, the authentication checking. Okay, so middleware created successfully. So if we just go to the app http middleware section, we can get the auth check. Okay, now I am closing the login and registration section and also the dashboard blade also. So this is my authentication check middleware. So now we need to register this auth check middleware into the kernel. So just go to the here and we'll register with this. So just copy from the previous and here write the middleware name, that is auth check, and I am writing the shortcode, that is logged in. So using this we can get access of this middleware. Okay, so auth check middleware registered into your application. Now create the logic into here. So inside the handle function we have to write if the session exists, that is the session has logged in. Okay, so right here the proper session name, that is when we are logging we are setting this session. So if session has not logged in, then we will redirect to the login page. Okay, that means it is not logged in, so we need to log in, so we need to go to the login page. So we need to redirect to the login page. So simply write a return and write redirect to where? The login page. Okay, so right here login. Okay, and we will also add a fail message. So we are using this actually for fail message. So right here fail message, and type here you have to log in first. Okay, right. So the middleware logic added. Now suppose I want to go to the dashboard before login, then it will restrict. Okay, so this showing error because we have not applied the middleware into this route. So we need to apply the middleware first. So my middleware name is logged in. So we need to apply with this dashboard link. So go to the web.php and this is the dashboard URL, and here just apply, that is middleware, and provide the middleware name, that is logged in. Now refresh this, so we can see there is login and you have to log in first. So basically this is coming from here. So now just check again and click on dashboard, it will say the same thing. So if you go to the registration page and check these things, it will show the same things. Okay, now the thing is, if I logged in and after that we are going to access the login page. So I have logged in, now I am trying to access the login page. So this also should not be happen. So if I already logged in, so how we will need the login page? So we need to restrict these things also. So we will create another middleware. So just go to the terminal, here we will create another middleware. So for now my middleware name is already logged in. Okay, so now enter this, another middleware is created and it is creating for the already logged in status checking purpose. So now same way, just go to the kernel and register this. So my middleware name is already logged in. So right here, and paste the name, that is already logged in. So I am writing the small name, already logged in. Okay, so we'll use this inside the login and registration section. Okay, so right here middleware, and the name of the middleware is already logged in, but still now we have not written any logic for this, so we need to write the logic for already logged in. So now we will check if the session has logged in, means if the user is already logged in, we don't need to open the login page as well as the registration page also. So write the code here. So if the session has the variable, that is the variable is logged in variable, if this is exist and the URL will check. So if the URL login equal to request URL, or we'll add this logic for registration also. So write the same things and paste it here, and we'll write the registration also. So I'm just copy and paste. So first of all, we need to check the condition. The user should be as a logged in, and we'll check the login and registration URL, then we'll return back, means we'll not go to anywhere, means we'll just return to the logged in page. Okay, so just write it here. Now we can see, just go to the browser. So here this is dashboard, we have already logged in, and if we just trying to go to the login page, it's providing the session not found. So here is the problem. So we need to write session in this way actually. Okay, so I have already logged in. Now I am trying to access the login page. Then what happened? It's redirecting to the dashboard. Okay, so it's not going to login page, and if we just go to the registration, it's going to the dashboard page. Okay, after logout we can see the login page, we can see the registration page, but we cannot access the dashboard page. That should be happen. So this is all about the Laravel custom authentication section. So hope you will like this video, and I want more and more comment. If you have any queries about this video, please comment in a below comment section, and please like and subscribe this channel and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day. Bye.